Hello and welcome to the Pray and Grow Richer University. I'm Dr. Shirley Clark. I'm going to be your instructor for this training. Today we're looking at what I consider one of I live under this mantra is that rich people educate themselves, poor people entertain themselves. And so when I read this years ago, I promise you, it was January 2010. I keep saying that on a lot of the videos when I was really changing my money. I'm pushing in to become a millionaire, and I was reading in a book, and it says that rich people educate themselves, poor people entertain themselves. Now, listen, I'm talking to you all that I want to qualify this because some people I've heard say, "Well, I do both." Well, if you're in a place that you're doing that, then you know I'm not talking to you. I do know that when you get your riches, you can party and do whatever rich people, wealthy people on cruises and stuff. This is generic for the common average person. They're saying that rich people educate themselves, poor people entertain themselves. What it's saying is that you need to be in a place that you're always educating yourself. So we're talking for the most part for broke people. Most of the time, they spend entertaining themselves more than they spend educating themselves. And the reality of education is not just the formal education, we talk self education. And so before we get started, I want to let you know that we have a tool that we're using and we're pulling from is that we put together as I was studying how to become a millionaire or God moving me in that place. He spoke to me and said, I want your millionaire anointing to come out in around the end of November 2009. And then in the early part of 2010 is when I started, looking at everything. And I wanted eventually, I was like, what am I doing now that I needed to know to stop doing? And so we did the research. I did just what is it that broke people do versus what rich people did, and we found a lot. And then as I continued to read materials along the way, I found a lot of quotes and things that I saw the difference. And so I put it in a book to make it easy for you because this is a no-brainer. Is that you're going to read it and say rich people do this, poor people do this, so you're going to stop doing what poor people doing. This is for those of you are trying to change their trajectory over their money. You want to create another money matrix in your life. Because some people, like I said, say, well, I do both. That might be, but you should not be entertaining if you're trying to. I want to make sure I say this right because folks say, I do both. If you're entertaining more than you educating, and you still trying to change your money and you still trying to be wealthy or become a millionaire, then you need to flip the switch. For the most part, you should be educating yourself more. And I'm not just talking college. I'm talking self-education, making sure you're learning trades, you're learning system features, doing something, reading a book, going out like a video, more of these podcasts. You're learning. Why? Because Proverbs says this: a wise man will hear and increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsel. So you always want to be in a place that that you are wise to be thought of being a wise, because it says that you will increase learning if you're wise. So if you're not increasing your learning all the time, just flip the switch. That just means you're not wise. Beyond it, I think it was Bill Gates. No, what's his name that used to own the Dallas Stars? I'm thinking, Mark Cuban. These guys say they read a book of 3 hours. I don't know if they're day or 2 hours or whatever. Read. Listen, if these guys can do it and they're billionaires, I think it behooves us to get in on this thing. A wise man here increased learning. You can learn different things. I promise you. I just need you to learn, because every time you learn something, your value go up. You want to increase. I believe in praying and grow. This is what people get confused about my topic. It's the growing part, growing your intellectual capital. And so you want to be one that educate yourself more than you're entertaining when you are pushing towards your wealthy place. Are we good on that? Because I know some people that I do, but I'm gonna just be honest. Until you really become really wealthy, and even wealthy, like I said, they're constantly learning still. You should be learning more than you entertaining. And they say, and I've looked it up and I'm trying to find it, but it behooves me saying it. And it talks about, they said, and I heard it from someone that said that for every dollar that rich people spend on entertainment, poor people spend $30. And for $30 that rich people spend on in learning, poor people spend $1. See see, right, so we need to flip the switch on this thing. If you poor, you need to be spending more money on education. Listen, I went to a six-figure school training one weekend, one Saturday or something. I was invited to it. I went. A millionaire was talking about how he spent $3,000 basically a month on material. It was back in that time, CDs and everything on material. But he said, I got one ideal, one ideal out of that one time, and it made him $80,000. See, it's not how much you invest, it's what one ideal out of something you're learning could make you. He said it made him $80,000. So rich people educate themselves, poor people entertain themselves. Listen, if your girl Dr. Clark, let me tell you something. When I heard that, I knew that I was definitely getting ready to be a millionaire. Because nobody can stop your learning. Nobody can. These are things that you can do, but you ain't got to ask no mother. May I? You ain't got to ask your prayer partners. You ain't got to go to your pastor. You ain't got to talk to your mama, dad about it. Nobody should be able to stop you from learning. Every day, Dr. Clark, intentionally learn something new. Is whether I'm learning a feature on my phone. It may take me 5 minutes. Why? Because everything I learn add into me being paid. My value go up. I need you to hear me now. So next year, my prices that I have for this year won't be the same next year. The fact that I have learned something, a new trade, a new information or something, let's look at it this way. You get hired for your job on what your skill sets, and what you know. Nobody just as high you and pay you big figures and things because you don't know nothing. So it's obvious that information, technology, skill sets mean something. So if you want your money to go up, then you need to educate yourself. I'm not talking about just going to college. I'm talking learning, reading books, listening to podcasts, listening to video. Keep yourself learning something because it says a wise man will hear and increase learning. So if you want to be wise, consider wise. You always want to position yourself in a learning posture or mode. You want to always be learning. So when I read that, I wanted to make sure that I was educating myself more than entertaining. That's all I'm just saying. Again, if you're in a place you can do both, and I am too, now that I can do both, and I am taking in more of it, going out and doing things. But the reality was, when I was trying to change my money, I could care less about entertainment as I was trying to find out what the wealthy knew. Because you don't know what you don't know. See, and the Bible talks about that being a lack of knowledge. We are destroyed for what? The lack of knowledge. So you don't want to be destroyed. Because see, here's the thing about this. All it means that when you get knowledge, you're not going to be destroyed any longer. You're going to flourish. Come on, just flip the switch. Who's holding you up from Google University? Who holding you up from YouTube University? Hello, somebody. Who's stopping you from learning? You. So let's get in the game. Make sure you're doing what you need to do to increase your intellectual capital. And if you're doing the soaking, like I taught, those two together, divine intelligence coming in on the scene, you increasing your intellectual capital. That spirit of the producer will come on you and he will show you insight. Say there's treasures down in darkness. He will shine the light on your treasures, and then you will be illuminated to see where your wealthy place is. I can't say it in the better. Listen, do me a favor. I need you to join. You need to get the book. Number one, let's go back. Let's make sure you know where to go and get the book. I need you to go to my website and go on the shop, buy the book. You need to have this book in your library. Next, I want you to subscribe. If you're watching it on YouTube, hit the button. I promise you, I'm going to be talking stuff that nobody else talks. When I talk about being a Soulpreneur CEO, understanding Kingdompreneur CEO and Millionaire CEO, I got a lot I need to share with you. Absolutely a lot. But I can't give it all free here because I tell people I'm not a thrift store. Let me shut down. I don't want to make these too long because I want you to stay with me. But listen, subscribe wherever you are. There's at Shirley Clark, wherever you listening to or watching this on what platform, because we're sharing it to all the different platforms. I need you to follow me. I promise you, your girl will help you stop being broke. If you follow me, I promise you. I grew up in gross poverty. I was 35 years old in a lab. I didn't know how to write a complete sentence when I graduated from high school. I only knew how to write a run-on sentence. And I was age 35 in a lab learning what a common word and a semicolon and all of that. And now today I am a best-selling author. And not only that, I've written over 50 books plus curriculums and a lot of things. And my doctrine is a earned doctorate. And so I just want you to know God is faithful. And so I didn't have Dr. Shirley Clark. So I want you to have me. Let me help you. Like I said, let me do that quantum leap for you. Let me help you to do that. And so subscribe. And then I'm telling you to join my mailing list. Please do that. Join my mailing list. Why? Because these systems could shut down anytime. I want to be able to be your coach continuously off of these platforms. I don't want you to be, I don't want to be trying to, you have either run you down or try to find you. I want to already have you in my database. I don't want nothing to hinder you from getting or moving into your wealthy place. Listen, this is Dr. Shirley Clark, and I love you and God bless you and have a great day.